me raw and uncut, you know what I mean? I just wanted to give some context to what my brain be thinking, you know? It's a blessing, man. I just put on what I like.
Yeah.
Offset has been dropping hints about a new documentary, one that promises to pull back the curtain on his life in the high-stakes world of gambling. He says it will reveal the wins, the crushing losses, the adrenaline-fueled nights in casinos, and a side of him that the public supposedly misunderstands. According to insider whispers, Offset believes this is the untold story, the part of him no one really sees, the part buried deep behind fame and flashing lights. Then, just as the buzz was building, he made a comment that sent the internet into a frenzy, that viewers might find his documentary more thrilling than a football game starring Stefon Diggs. Yes, the same Diggs who just stormed into the Super Bowl and is now romantically linked to Cardi B, Offset's estranged wife. Fans didn't see this as a clever marketing move. They saw it as a deliberate shot. Social media exploded with incredulous reactions, people questioning why Offset even dragged Diggs into the mix. And for some, this was no surprise. This isn't the first time Offset has slipped sideways remarks whenever Cardi and Diggs are in the spotlight for something positive. Timing, as always, is everything, and right now, it's working against him. Let's be real, you don't compare your documentary to the Super Bowl unless you're trying to provoke, to poke, to stir the pot. That's dangerous territory. The Super Bowl isn't just a game, it's a battleground, the apex of sport in America. Diggs didn't stumble into this. He earned every second of it, and now is celebrating quietly, focused on his career, Cardi B, and their newborn, while the world watches. Offset jumping in with commentary makes it feel less like promotion, and more like bitterness dressed in bravado. And then there's the gambling factor. Offset has admitted to placing huge bets in casinos, risking fortunes in the blink of an eye. Fans are already speculating. Is he planning to wager on the Super Bowl itself? Maybe even against Diggs or the Patriots, fueled by spite? There's no proof, of course, nothing concrete, but the very fact that people are wondering speaks volumes about perception. It makes you question his motives. Is this a calculated rebrand? A desperate grab for attention? Or is he blind to how this looks when the mother of his children is thriving, in love, and celebrating a new life, while he stays drama online? The tension is undeniable, and the stakes feel higher than any casino floor has ever walked onto. Fans didn't hold back. The consensus is clear. Cardi and Stefon are thriving, peaceful, stable, focused on family, and Offset should simply step aside, stop stirring drama that nobody asked. 4. But there's another layer here, optics. Talking publicly about gambling addiction, high-stakes betting, and casino culture right now, when questions about his money, his judgment, and his priorities are swirling, is walking a dangerous line. A documentary like this would either paint him as human and relatable, or completely shatter his image, depending on how honest and accountable he truly chooses to be. And let's be real, audiences aren't here to watch self-destruction glamorized, especially when children are in the picture. The contrast is almost cinematic. On one side, Stefon Diggs preparing for the Super Bowl, Cardi B glowing in her post-baby brilliance, fans celebrating every win. On the other side, Offset pushing a gambling documentary, dropping comments that feel more like a challenge than a confession. That's exactly why viewers are telling him to back off. Not every moment needs a response. Not every story needs a comparison. Here's the real question. Is Offset genuinely passionate about sharing his gambling journey? Or is this just another reaction, a way to insert himself into Cardi and Stefon's spotlight as they move forward without him? And when he compared his documentary to the Super Bowl, was it a bold confidence play or a mask for insecurity? This isn't just about a film anymore. It's about perception, timing, and patterns. Every time Cardi and Stefon hit a milestone, whether a career achievement, a personal moment, or a historic Super Bowl appearance, Offset somehow ends up in the frame, with remarks that feel unnecessary, calculated, or at least ill-timed. Fans aren't just watching his documentary, they're reading the subtext, watching the history, and deciding what it really says about him. That's exactly why the documentary itself isn't getting the attention it deserves. People aren't debating the story, they're dissecting the timing, reading the subtext, and questioning motives. What's fascinating is how the audience is separating gambling as a subject from gambling as a lifestyle. A film exploring addiction, failure, accountability, and the fallout from choices could be gripping, even transformative. But Offset hasn't presented it that way. Instead, he's framed it as spectacle, bravado, and competition, and that's when skepticism kicks in. Let's be honest, viewers are exhausted from watching celebrities glorify self-destruction and call it entertainment. It's not inspiring. It's not something anyone is rushing to put above the Super Bowl. And the contrast with Stefon Diggs couldn't be starker. Diggs is earning praise for discipline, focus, and resilience in one of the most brutal sports on the planet. He shows up as a partner, a father, an athlete, all at once. Cardi B looks serene, supported, and emotionally grounded, a vision fans have longed to see. Then there's Offset, popping up with casino stories, betting tales, and subtle digs, reinforcing the sense that their lives are now on entirely different paths. Maturity also plays a role. Diggs has barely acknowledged Offset publicly. No interviews, no clever remarks, no social media spats. Silence, in this case, reads as absolute confidence. Offset, meanwhile, keeps talking, and every word is dissected, analyzed for bitterness, regret, or unresolved emotion. That's heavy scrutiny, especially when the internet has already picked sides. It raises the question, does Offset understand that not every thought needs to be broadcast? There's a line between promoting your work and inserting yourself into someone else's narrative. Fans aren't saying he can't tell his story. They're saying he doesn't need to compete with the Super Bowl to do it. The moment you claim your project is more entertaining than someone else's triumph, you open yourself to backlash, intended or not. And the family element can't be ignored. Cardi and Offset share children, and fans guard that dynamic fiercely. Every time Offset ignites tension online while Cardi appears calm and nurturing a newborn with Stefon, discomfort spreads. People start questioning if this energy couldn't be better spent behind the scenes, healing, co-parenting, building stability. If that's true, it's alarming. Online clout seems to be taking precedence over private life. Ultimately, Offset's documentary is being judged before a single frame even drops. That's the gamble with controversy. Instead of curiosity, he's facing doubt. Instead of anticipation, he's met with pushback, and the narrative is already shifting under his feet. Fans aren't waiting around. They've made it clear they'll watch the Super Bowl without hesitation and maybe check out the documentary later, if at all. That simple reality says everything about how Offset's comparison landed. Meanwhile, Cardi B and Stefon Diggs keep thriving, seemingly by doing almost nothing at all. No explanations, no defenses, no reactions, just living their lives. And in today's celebrity world, that is the ultimate power move. The more Offset tries to assert himself, the quieter their victories become. Each comment, each post, each so-called promotion only underscores a contrast: discipline versus drama, calm versus chaos, moving forward versus reacting. And in the court of public opinion, silence has never spoken louder.